Hey guys, it's the Gundam Boy, and after suffering, let's go back to something a bit more tasteful. The bots. And I know you can read, so today we're gonna be talking about how to fight off the bots. And I'm making this video because every time we get a bot major order, I see that player count drop. No one wants to fight these guys. But don't worry guys, you got the professional bot diver here. So let's start with some basic battle tactics. First things first, utilize cover, because the automatons shoot a lot, and sometimes you won't be able to predict where they're coming from. Sometimes cover can be the main thing that helps turn the tide of a battle, because while the enemy automatons march in the middle of the open, firing all their rockets and guns at the wall, you can peek around the corner and pick them off. Though I would recommend that you stand a little far away like how I am in this position, because explosives can knock you over if they hit that small ass wall. And this current planet that we're fighting on is perfect for challenging the bots, because whereas the bots must march in the open and fire and not take cover, you have all the terrain to play with. Good cover can even help you protect against things like these Gatling guns on the fucking Factory Strider. Another thing that I'd like to note is that the automatons are affected by gunfire being slung at them. Automatons fear dying, so they start flinching when you start shooting at them, which makes their aim overall worse. I'd also recommend when it comes to engaging in combat with the automatons, try to keep it at a range, because they have guns and they typically outnumber you 1 to 10. Something that I find that often takes out entire teams is that we let the enemies get way too close and right on top of us, and unlike the bugs or the Illuminate, a lot of the automatons have guns. So if you're gonna get into a combat engagement with a patrol that you know you can evade, you might as well get the jump on them first and at range. And if you're gonna get into combat, troopers, scout striders, and berserkers are gonna be the guys who get on you first. However, the person you need to look out for the most is the rocket dev, because these silent bastards don't have too many audio cues for firing their missiles, and these guys can fire it at long ranges. And remember, there's always more than one rocket dev, so keep an eye out for those. And these guys could be hiding anywhere. You could be minding your own business and suddenly a flash of rockets pass by. Another very important thing that needs to be destroyed on sight is specifically the observer eyes, because these little snitches will call in enemy waves that can ruin your match or just completely throw the game for you, because it keeps spawning and spawning and spawning enemies. Like, no joke, I've literally watched this thing ruin entire matches as people leave the game because they got overwhelmed by too many automatons. So the best thing you can do is take it out as soon as possible, and weapons like the ultimatum lets us have that option, or just hell bomb it. So with basic maneuvers and tactics out of the way, let's talk about team coordination. Having teammates nearby can be one of the best things in this game, because this allows you to coordinate very precise attacks to take out certain enemies or bases with no problem. Moving as a group, this allows you guys to cover each other's backs when things get thick. And I'm not saying ride each other's asses so that you guys can help each other out. As long as you guys are within 200 meters of each other, you guys have the capability of coordinating some good attacks and helping each other. And some teammates aren't always aware, so it's always nice to have someone who is next to them. And one of the best combat missions that I've ran with randoms is this mission right here, because against everything that was thrown at us, we stuck together as a group and took it all down together as a group. But I know you don't have any friends, and I know you can't cooperate as well with the ones that you got, so we'll look at the loadout. So my favorite support weapon to run is going to be the AMR, and my backpack is going to be a supply pack. And with this weapon, I typically run a support role, and I use for the last 2 empty slots whatever red stratagems I'm feeling at the moment. But I mainly focus on a support role targeting things like the armored scout striders or long distance rocket devs, because those guys are annoying. And even if it comes to dealing with heavier units, your 2 red stratagems will help take down whatever comes up. But the main point of me using this weapon and where it lands in its combat role is to be the eyes of the team and keeping everybody updated on enemy movement. But this is just my personal loadout and my personal playstyle. I'm curious on what you guys would recommend other divers who are struggling with bots to use. Leave it in the comments down below, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.